It's time for Tiger Talk with head coach Jeff Tannehill and Stewart Shelby live on the Neville Tiger Network. Tiger Talk's presented by Parker Alexander Law, Family Solutions, Go Family Health, Sonic on North 18th, Tenori's on Louisville, Martinez Chiropractic, James Machine Works, Mama DeLuca's Pizza, Origin Bank, David's Mobile Detail, Nuke's Eatery, 3B Equipment Rental, Neela Title Company, The Levy Grill, Liz McQueen, John Ray Realty, and Jeffrey Angelone. Now, let's head to Melvin's Restaurant as we catch up with head coach Jeff Tannehill and Stewart Shelby.
Hi, welcome into another edition of Tiger Talk. Stewart Shelby, joined as always by Neville head football coach Jeff Tannehill. We're live from Melvin's Restaurant as we are every Wednesday night at 6:30. So,
great place to have it.
It is a great place to have it, and something about maybe a victory over the Rebels, it gets the crowd a little bigger sometimes.
It does.
As we have a great crowd here tonight at.
It could be our guest on here too, besides just me and you this time.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. We've got a lot of great guests for you here this evening on Tiger Talk. It is homecoming week at Bill Ruppel Stadium, so with a lot of festivities going on and everything else. But let's talk about this victory over West Monroe on Friday night, 28-7. Coach, it's been a while since we can say we've beaten those guys from across the river, but it was quite a convincing win last Friday night.
Yes, I was really proud of the kids. Just the effort, the focus that they had from Wednesday to Friday was just a complete change from the Friday before. It was a really good week of focus and practice. I just can't say enough about their effort during the week, and then as we get to Friday night, it just turned into a complete focus. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's the best way I can explain it. I really enjoyed watching our kids fly to the football on defense and execute great on offense and just see it all come together for a big game like this. It's the first time it's happened in a little while for our guys. And, this big game was just fun to watch, fun to be a part of. And, and the number one thing is just being proud for our Neville Nation, our fan base and our school, and just those things are what really means the most to these kids and to our coaches and especially to me. I just being from here and knowing that all those years that we came up a little short against them, just felt like we left the whole north side of Monroe down. And now I just as a coach, that's what I felt like we did sometimes. And last year, same thing last year. And then this year to come out on top for the first time in 26 years is just a great thing for our Neville Nation.
Well, it was. And the crowd that was at Bill Ruppel Friday night was a capacity crowd, and they were treated to an excellent football game by the Tigers. And we looked I was trying to think back, but the last time we held West Monroe to no offensive points. I mean, the only points that came to West Monroe was on the fumble there on your first offensive possession, and then that was a scoop and score, and that was it. That was it. You held the Rebels to under 100 yards of offense. I think it was right around 90, 93 yards of total offense. And
it starts up front, though. Yeah. When in a game that two good running teams are going to play each other, on both sides of the ball up front. And I felt like we won the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball all night long. And our defensive line just really played tremendous the other night. I mean, the Fobbs White played great. Derrick Harris, one of our players of the week, played great. Anichi Sledge had an outstanding game, and January was in the backfield all night long. So, those other guys, Isaiah Brown, Hinton Roberts, Trajan, just those guys played just perfect the other night, and that was a big part of the reason we held the Rebels to what we did.
You definitely did. You had that, a 28-7 victory, and we've talked about the defense, but, offensively, another night you talked about up front. But another night where A.J. Allen just seems to
Yeah,
I don't know. It was crazy. He went for 260 against the Rebels. Had a few more carries, and it took him about 10 more carries than normal. It dropped his average from like 13 yards a play to like 11.5 per rush. So we're going to work on that. If you look at time of possession,
if you look at time of possession the other night, we did an unbelievable job with that too. That's probably the best we've done this year. And up front with Will and Big Herd and our two guards. Logan
you've got
and
Kane and then Sorrell
at center. And then, you take Derrick, who we'll talk a lot more about in a little bit, and slide him to tight end, and then him and Tristan working hand in hand together at the tight end spots. That's really the first time that we've ever really gone 12 and had a whole lot of success against West Monroe. But that was the key for us the other night, was that interior line, getting a good push on the snap, and then just letting AJ do his thing. And it was just outstanding. And obviously, Brooks Angelone had to come in relief of Brett the other night, and he took him a series or so, but when he got it going, we were running pretty solid through the whole
game, really, the whole game. Well, let's talked enough about it. Let's get to some highlights, because I think
I like the highlights.
We like the highlights here, and I think the first one we got here is you talk about the defense, and this Strawder on a little blitz comes up with a big sack.
Yeah.
On
it's just a
Michael
great
Bell.
call. It's a great call right here. Anytime you run any kind of pass protection, you don't really account for the corners, and Coach Collins has done an unbelievable job of bringing the corners off the edge and blitzing them. We used to call that Cobra back in the old days. That's not what they call it anymore.
They don't call that anymore.
Nah.
Well,
we call it a sack now, so we'll take it.
Well, that was it was surprising that the Rebels always have been a predominantly run team, and they were attempting to throw it a little bit more last Friday night. And speaking of that, you talked about up front here on a first down play. This is Sledge and Fobbs White and them.
Yeah, and great pressure right there by Deangelo Woods.
Had an excellent game as well for you last Friday night. And then here's a big play here is you talked about replacing your starting quarterback after the first play of the game. You come back, and Brooks Angelone, who is your backup, talented kid here. Here's this little 16-yard run.
I think this is the play that really got him going here. He made a great read on there, just about scored it, made a good run. They had to run him down from behind. But, that's just – I think that right there, you can see him jumping up with a little fire. That he gained a lot of confidence on that run, and then he made some really good reads as the night goes along.
Well, speaking of good reads, sometimes your best reads to hand it to number 3.
Yeah.
And AJ here, this one to tie it up here from 4 yards out.
That's a good read by Angelone there. The defensive end sat, and he gave the ball to AJ. And, we did a lot of that the other night. We read the ends, we kicked the ends, we hooked the ends, and so – it was a great night by our offensive line and tight ends, but when the quarterback had some good reads, we're going to be successful with it.
We move into the second quarter, and here's Blackson, one of your defensive players of the week here, with a little
had a
delayed
great night the other night. He comes on the backside again. That's a corner or a safety, and it's safety this time, and comes in and gets a big play right there. I think that was a 3rd and 5.
Yeah, that was Federico
made him punt it.
Coming in at quarterback for the Rebels. And then here's another big play by the defense. It's Griffin McGee's turn on just a great read on the screen.
Yep. When the quarterback stands up and just flips it out there, with Dubose and Elam and McGee, they run so good out there in open field, and Elam really tackles well in open field.
And Elam there, McGee finished that one off. And then here's your second quarter score. This is AJ again from 11 yards out.
Yeah, we ran a lot of zone plays. We ran the outside zone and got them hooked out there. And then, man, what a spin move right there. If you saw it from the end zone view, it's a pretty dang good play, though. They showed it on the news from the end zone, and it was a great move right there. But it's some excellent blocking right there by Brady Manzina and Will Campbell and some of those guys out there.
Yeah, really that little quick toss right there is kind of was a maybe
sometimes
a new
you got to
wrinkle.
get it out quick, and we run the it's really the same play as we do when we line up and run it like stretch, like the old Peyton Manning play. We run that, we'll toss it behind us, and then we'll quick toss it out there and try to get the edge. And that was a good call by Coach Birch right there.
Well, you go into halftime with a 14-7 lead, and then, like clockwork, the rain started.
Oh, yeah.
Clicking up. So right after
I guess when we play West Monroe, it's going to rain.
Stopped dancing, and the band stopped performing. It started raining a little bit, and we come out of halftime, but no need to worry because you get the ball, and here's another big play from AJ.
Got the ball back first, and then he slips a tackle there, and then they're off to the races. Just about got in the end zone, and Ford just got just enough of him to step out of bounds about the 10-yard line. Great block by the left side of the line, Kane Day and Will Campbell. Great job of blocking there.
And you get down here on them 4th and goal, kind of the Rebel defense toughened up, but A.J. Allen finishes it off here from 1 yard out. This
is the same play he just ran just a minute ago, except that time we kicked the end.
Yeah.
So it's a good inside zone play there with a kick out by Tristan Osborne. Great block right there.
So back to the defense. Okay, you've added another 21-7 now.
21-7.
And then Deangelo
got
Woods.
West Monroe kind of where we want them. They're really a running team, and they've got to go to the air a little bit, which goes right into our strength of our defense, our secondary. And I was just proud of them the way we kept them 2 touchdowns ahead the whole game. So that was
it's hard for a team that doesn't like to throw it.
Yeah.
When you get down 2 scores. Outside of that big play, and the Tiger defense wasn't allowing big plays, and it was because of plays like this, as Deangelo Woods, we mentioned him earlier, and he causes this fumble. And then
great hit there, and then we that's
didn't
not
recover.
The one. No, that's not the
that
one we
one.
recovered, but it was a great hit there. They lost about 7 on the play, but I mean, if you notice, the line of scrimmage is in their backfield, and that just says a lot right there.
Moving into the 4th quarter, and here's. The Rebels had a little something going. I think y'all here's the goal line stand where they just got in. I think they had first and goal from inside the 4, and they got down to the 1, and that was the final 4th down play to keep them out of the end zone.
Yeah, well, if you see that's great pad level by our defensive line. Deangelo Woods and Anichi Sledge, they're on the bottom of that pile. They're lower than anybody there. That's why there was no room to run, and they did a outstanding job on 3 straight plays of getting lower than the West Monroe offensive line.
That was set up by the punter. We actually had a penalty on a punt, and then you did it again. It got rid of the first one, but did it again. Wet ball, wasn't able to change the ball out.
Yeah.
And
that's
just
part
one
of
those
the game.
deals. One of those deals. But either way, you get down to that, and here's another big run by AJ out of deep in your end zone.
Yep. Again, it's that left side of the line just makes a big hole there, and AJ sits down. Next time I told him, I said, you got to get the first down. Get the first down before you slide. But that's great. He's
got
thinking
the
ahead,
first down on the next,
keeping the clock running.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I wasn't too worried about that. But he, he does just a great job. He's got great vision, and that's what makes him a really good runner.
Later on, I believe in that drive, AJ pops one for a touchdown, a big long touchdown.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times he's gone over 60 for a touchdown this year. But
he's gone right there, and he realizes it. And look, once he gets to headed towards the finish line, he's gone. So he just he's got great vision, great speed. He's a powerful runner. He showed that the other night, and to go along with I consider a great offensive line with those guys we have, and it's just a good combination. It goes great to a running game. People go, we can throw it some more, and I'm like, it's hard not to hand to number 3 every day.
It is. It is. So. All right, to cap off the highlights here. This kind of just puts a statement on it. There's Deangelo Woods with a nice hit on a tackle for loss here.
Yeah. Look, he just beats the left tackle and gets him in the backfield. That's a pretty good – I'm sorry, that's the right tackle. That's a pretty good right tackle right there. So he just slips right through B gap and does a great job of just ripping through and making a play there. He's really improved this year. Just come a long way since last year. Just gotten bigger, faster, and stronger, and he's really got a good punch.
To get through.
Oh, yeah. Great punch.
He's definitely coming into his own. Well, Coach, look, congratulations. took care of the Rebels 28-7 last Friday night. But like you've said, this week it's one game on the schedule.
Yep.
I mean, your goal is not to beat
one of our tough first 5 games.
That's right. But the end goal is not just to beat West Monroe; it's to finish out the rest of the season, and that continues with homecoming as Franklin Parish comes to Bill Rupel. We'll discuss that game and a whole lot more as our kind of homecoming edition of Tiger Talk rolls on here from Melvin's. When we come back, we will talk to Derrick Harris, a converted guard to tight end for
slash defensive tackle,
whatever. he's Mr. Kind of do everything for the Tigers.
We'll talk to him. Very selfless player.
Very, definitely.
Great
nice,
team player.
Good young man, and we'll talk to him after this break. And then in the second segment, we'll be talking to Jaioni and Hanlon, the homecoming queen and maid of honor. So we've got that coming up for you as well. Reagan Wise will join us for our assistant coaches segment. And then we'll bring back Coach Tannehill to talk more about Friday night's game with Franklin Parish. So stay tuned. We got more Tiger Talk right after these messages.
Being a strong team means accomplishing great things by working together. Being a Neville Tiger means striving for excellence in all things. Origin Bank and Neville High School share a long history of making a difference in our community. Together with the Food Bank of Northeast Louisiana, we're able to provide meals to children, families, and seniors facing hunger in Northeast Louisiana. Origin Bank and Neville Tiger football, always a winning combination. Origin Bank, member FDIC.
You told me one click.
You told me one call.
You told me you'll get it done.
I called.
But never got you.
Instead, I was handed off to someone else.
In fact, I never even met you.
Are you even for real?
Don't be misled. If you've been injured, you deserve to meet with the actual attorney you saw on TV.
At Parker Alexander, you'll meet with me.
Or me.
We'll fight to get the money you deserve.
Remember, there's never a fee unless we get money for you. And that's for real.
Come by Melvin's Restaurant before and after the game for the best burgers and ribeyes in town. Melvin's Restaurant are proud supporters of the Neville Tigers and are home to Tiger Talk with Jeff Tannehill every Wednesday night. Come by Melvin's Restaurant, located on 1128 Oliver Road in Monroe, or call them at 318-325-2055. That's Melvin's Restaurant in Monroe.
All right, welcome back into Tiger Talk. We are live on Neville Tiger on the Neville Tiger Network, and we're live at Melvin's as we are every Wednesday night, starting at 6:30, as we talk to a couple players and support people at Neville, as well as the coaching staff and Coach Tannehill. And today we are joined by our Offensive Player of the Week, as selected by the coaches and our good friends at Origin Bank, Derrick Harris. Man, Derrick, welcome to Tiger Talk, man.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, look. We were looking around as we started the game, and we were wondering who 96 was on the line. They didn't tell us. So we went to Jason Ewing, our sideline reporter. Look, who's 96? And when they said it was you, it's like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. You were wearing number 50 before we went to to play the Rebels, but so. Talk about that, man. I mean, what a heck of a game you played. Was that the first time you played tight end?
Yes, sir.
So, did you like it?
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool.
It was cool?
Yes, sir.
So, as you really did a great job in solidifying that deal, springing some blocks, and adding that extra deal. And you started this season playing guard for Logan, right? Logan was injured, so you slipped in there at guard.
Yes, sir.
And then Logan comes back, and then you also slide around the defensive side of the football, but tight end, man, what an impact you made Friday. Did you enjoy getting after it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we were trying to figure out, I mean, number one, I think they should throw it to you more. What do you think about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they do it, I'll be ready.
You'll be ready for that?
Sir.
So take me through that process. How hard was it to kind of go from playing guard to tight end, and then you get thrown into the fire with one of the best programs in the state?
It really wasn't hard. Just if you know how to block, it was easy to block. It was easy, though. It was kind of easy.
So when you go to that tight end spot, were you kind of thankful they didn't put you in motion too much right there?
Yeah, kind of was.
Kind of was. Yeah. So talk about, like, what all positions have you played growing up playing football?
D-line, and O-line, basically.
Just D-line or O-line?
Yeah.
And which do you prefer? Do you want to, like defense, offense?
It really don't matter.
It don't matter?
Nah.
So, y'all really neutralized the defensive front of West Monroe last week, and you had some big guys, Brock Harvey, a couple of big-time names, and then some great running backs, and the Banks kid and Richard, number 4, and everyone else. And, I mean, talk me through, like, did it matter? I mean, are you just going through that? I mean, whoever got in front of you, you were going to put a hat on?
Yeah, just line up and block and play ball.
And play ball?
Yeah.
Well, you did a number right there. So tell me about this. Like, on the line, and AJ springs one right there. And do y'all try to catch him? I mean, do you think
I had one time.
You have one time?
I tried to.
You tried to?
Yeah, but he was gone, though.
He was gone?
Yeah.
I mean, you got to at least get down there for the celebration, right?
Yeah.
So what else throughout the season? I mean, like I said, you've worn a number of hats. Where do you think you'll end up next? You think you're going to go maybe try fullback next week?
We'll see.
We'll see. Wherever they put you, you'll go. You might end up with 4 numbers by the end of the season. What else? As far as let's see, school-wise and everything, like how's everything going? What outside of football? What do you like to do?
Play video game, ride 4-wheelers, and travel.
Ride 4-wheelers?
Yes, sir.
What kind of 4-wheelers you got?
Polaris, Can-Am, stuff like that.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir.
Hey, we're gonna have to take you to the camp. Get that thing muddy. We got a lot of trails that we can ride. I'd like to see that outside of and travel. Like where do you like to go?
Just anywhere, have fun, relax.
Have fun and relax.
Yes, sir.
So your senior year of football, I mean, I know y'all set some goals there early in the season. Personally, what would you like to see?
Be playing in December.
Be playing in December?
Yes, sir.
Somewhere
yes,
in
sir.
December. Hopefully in New Orleans area
yes, sir.
in December?
Yes, sir.
Right there. Well, look, guys, I mean, you've done a great job to this point. Congratulations on all your success. Congratulations on the honor with winning the Origin Bank Player of the Week on the offensive side of the football.
Thank you.
That's some high praise. Somebody had to allow AJ to get 260 yards, and I'm glad you were a big part of that.
Yes, sir.
Hey, look, thanks for stopping by Tiger Talk. We really appreciate talking to you, and we look forward to watching your progress throughout the rest of the year.
Yes, sir. Thanks.
All right. Thanks to Derrick Harris for joining us here on Tiger Talk. When we come back from this break, we will have the Queen Jaioni Hunter and Hanlon and the Maid of Honor, Hanlon Parker, are going to join us because it is homecoming week. It's always a big week on campus at Neville High School. So stay tuned. We'll be right back right after this break.
Mama DeLuca's pizzas are custom made, fresh to order right in front of you. We offer 3 different sizes of pizza, 9, 12, or 14 inch. Mama DeLuca's pizza is prepared to your order. The pizza cooks in less than 3 minutes. We have 16 different toppings to choose from, 8 unique sauces to complete your pizza. In addition to pizzas, we offer to our customers boneless wings with your choice of a dipping sauce. Mama DeLuca's Pizza offers delicious garlic Parmesan breadstick, freshly made to order pasta bowls. We're Mama DeLuca's Pizza in the subway on Lammy Lane, and we hope to see you soon.
Baton Rouge, Shreveport, New Orleans.
Attorneys from all over our state are flocking to our area to handle your injury case. I'm Chad Carter.
And I'm Kevin Alexander. We didn't come in from out of town to take your case.
If you've been injured, come see us at Parker Alexander. We live and work right here in Northeast Louisiana.
Remember, we don't get paid unless you get paid. So we're here to handle your case personally.
Let Tenori's own Louisville help you with your special gift needs. offering a wide variety of products to make any Tiger happy. Go visit Tenori's, located at 801 Louisville Avenue, or give them a call at 318-325-4100. That's Tenori's on Louisville. Come by Melvin's Restaurant before and after the game for the best burgers and ribeyes in town. Melvin's Restaurant are proud supporters of the Neville Tigers and are home to Tiger Talk with Jeff Tannehill every Wednesday night. Come by Melvin's Restaurant, located on 1128 Oliver Road in Monroe, or call them at 318-325-2055. That's Melvin's Restaurant in Monroe.
All right, Tiger fans, welcome back to Tiger Talk, and we have some special guests here in our third segment. As like we mentioned before the break, it is homecoming week at Neville High School, and we've got the Queen and the Maid of Honor. It's Miss Jaioni Hunter, who was nominated by A.J. Allen. Say hello.
Hi.
All right, right there. And Hanlon Parker, who was nominated by Griffin McGee.
Hey.
Hey. So, girls, congratulations on making the homecoming court. Always a big deal. As you see, you make the homecoming court, you get to get on TV. That's the way it works. So, let's talk about this. Let's start with you, Jaioni. Outside, obviously, being selected queen, which is a great honor for you. What do you give me? What you do at Neville? Like, what is your interest at Neville? What are you in? What do you got going on? I think are you a Bengal? Yeah,
yes.
That's right. I think because we were supposed to have you on. We were talking about having you on last week, but then the whole homecoming thing just delayed you a week.
Mm-hmm.
So Bengals, what else?
Well, I'm the captain of the Bengals.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. You get to wear the whistle, right? All right. So you're the captain of the Bengals, and have you been on the Bengals since your sophomore year, junior?
Yes.
Sophomore year?
My sophomore year.
All right. And Hanlon, what about you?
I cheer. Cheer takes up a bunch of time.
A bunch of time?
Yes, sir.
So
go ahead.
No, go right ahead.
I'm done.
You're done? So, that does take up a lot of time.
Yes.
The Bengals, that takes up almost all your time. But let's get into homecoming, the festivities, okay? This is last year, homecoming, we had homecoming, but it's kind of like we didn't have homecoming,
Yes.
But this year we got a dance. We've got everything going on. Everything seems to be going in the right direction with all of that. What all have y'all done in preparation? When you found out how what all goes through that? They didn't let me on the homecoming court when I was at Neville, so I don't really know.
Yeah, when I found out, the first thing I did was go talk to my mom. I let her know, everything that I wanted to get. We had to look for suits. We had to look for hats, shoes, spending a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
a lot of money.
Congratulations. Get your checkbook. That's how homecoming is. Well, look, I saw y'all out in front of the school. Was that Sunday afternoon?
Yes.
As we were doing that, taking some pics. How did that go, Hanlon?
Good. We went to Baton Rouge this past weekend, and so we're rushing in for the pictures and stuff, but we all made it, and it went well.
Yeah, you had to go to the LSU game, huh? Watch that.
Yes, sir. It was a bunch of fun.
No bueno for the those Tigers. But, okay, so Friday, I guess for the Pep Rally, y'all are we'll have y'all's presentation at the Pep Rally, and then it's a big deal at the football game. So everybody, y'all had to get your escorts to escort you across the field, and everything's going good. Who all's doing that for you?
A.J. Allen is escorting me.
Oh, at the Pep Rally?
Oh, yes, and my dad for the game.
Your dad for the game? Awesome,
yes.
awesome.
And then Griffin, and then my dad for the game also.
Well, let's see. We've got, with y'all, joining y'all on the court is Alexia Burns, who was nominated by Kendall January. Annabelle Bolton, who was nominated by Hinton Roberts. Leela Hansen was nominated by Dakota Mitchell. And Ryan Alexander, who's nominated by Maureen Elam. I spoke with Ryan last year on Tiger Talk, as she's a Bengal Belle with you,
yes.
right? And Leela is a cheerleader with you, right?
Yes, sir.
And then, so anything that y'all had to do, like some duties as on the homecoming court this week, or just go to school?
We have like dress-up days, as everybody knows. We do all that, and then we had to write our biography that they say when we walk out. So there's been a bunch more, but.
So who's going to be doing when you walk out at the Pep Rally and everything like that? Who announces that this year? Mr. Rogers used to do it.
I think it's Miss Jefferson.
Oh, Miss Dana? Miss
I'm
Dana might be
sure.
doing it? Yeah.
It usually is.
Okay.
I think it was last year.
So now, after homecoming and everything, what else are y'all looking forward to for the rest of the season? I mean, you got any things going? Just looking forward to cheering, dancing
Yes.
away, hopefully all the way to the Superdome?
Yes.
That'd be nice to dance there. Now, y'all had I want to ask you, Jaioni, when we added that extra home game, did that throw y'all off a little bit? Or did you have to add a dance or do anything?
No.
Because we were supposed to go to Gina, and then we came here. So
no, we always work a week ahead.
Oh, y'all
we're
do?
always prepared, so it didn't throw us off at all.
Really?
We were ready for it.
We were ready for it. Well, look, y'all both been doing great work throughout the deal. I've been enjoying. We get the Bengals on the network at halftime every Friday night, and we get a lot of shots of the cheerleaders. I mean, a lot of y'all running around out there, and
There's a bunch.
We really enjoy y'all joining us here at Tiger Talk, and congratulations once again for this is a big honor at Neville, and we're all proud of you. I'm sure your mamas and dads and everybody else are proud of you as well. So enjoy the weekend, okay? Enjoy Friday night and Saturday, and y'all have a good time and be safe, okay?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, well, thanks for joining us, ladies.
Thank you.
How about a round of applause for the Queen and the Maid of Honor back there? All right. Well deserved, well deserved. All right, when we come back, we will have Coach Reagan Wise join us. Always fun to talk to here on Tiger Talk, so stay tuned for that. After this break, we're live from Melvin's right here on the Neville Tiger Network.
Whether you're dining in or grabbing to go, at Nuke's, we love to share great food, to delight with new flavors, to celebrate every bite. Join us at Nuke's Eatery.
I'm Dr. Scott Shelby with Family Solutions. When you hear the words Family Solutions, you may not know that we're a comprehensive, strength-based counseling and psychiatric clinic. Family Solutions provides psychiatric care, individual and couples therapy, child and adolescent counseling, psychological testing, medication management. We also provide occupational therapy, physical therapy, speech therapy, and ABA therapy in one convenient location. For more information on how we can help your family today, visit FamilySolutionsCounseling.org.
Do you suffer from frequent back or neck pain? Were you in an accident and can't get rid of those constant aches? Maybe you're someone who deals with chronic migraines and tension headaches. It might be time to see how Martinez Chiropractic can help you. The goal of Martinez Chiropractic is to reduce or eliminate pain in just a few sessions using the latest in chiropractic technology. Don't suffer in pain another day. Call Martinez Chiropractic today at 318-654-4310 or see them in person, 1828 Tower Drive in Monroe.
Come by Melvin's Restaurant before and after the game for the best burgers and ribeyes in town. Melvin's Restaurant are proud supporters of the Neville Tigers and are home to Tiger Talk with Jeff Tannehill every Wednesday night. Come by Melvin's Restaurant, located on 1128 Oliver Road in Monroe, or call them at 318-325-2055. That's Melvin's Restaurant in Monroe.
All right, welcome back, everybody, into Tiger Talk, and hope you enjoyed our first couple of segments, and I'm sure you're going to enjoy this one as Reagan Wise joins us. And Reagan, you're like an old pro at this. We talked to you last year, and ever since I've been thinking about all these questions that I didn't get to ask you in our first interview. So we're going to go like a little rapid fire deal. I'm just kidding. We're not.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good. Hey man, thanks for joining us here.
Thank you for having me.
So, tell me about it as a former player, coach's son, and now coaching at Neville. Beating the Rebels last week. A lot of people still talking about it. I'm going to ask you at least ask you one question about how that made you feel like as kind of growing up as a Neville Tiger.
You know, Dad coached, he's been in the black and gold for many, many years, so I grew up in the black and gold Neville Nation family, Tiger through and through. Got close a couple times. I was on that 2009 state championship team. We lost 30-27, I believe, and had a couple good teams that I thought had a shot since I've been back coaching to get the job done. Came up a little short in those. It feels good to finally get that victory over the Rebels. I think it's, 26 years?
Well, it's 26 years, yeah. I think they had won 11 straight through there. Didn't play every year, but still a noteworthy deal. Nobody in Washita Parish had beaten them since the 95-96 season. So notable deal. And let's talk about your role in that. I mean, these guys really, I thought, played maybe the best that they have all season long. I mean, on both sides of the football.
I thought it was a great game in all three phases of the football game. I thought we played well on defense, offense, and special teams. I coached the safeties, 3 positions on the field, the buck, the free safety, and the weak safety. And you could see it all week in practice. You know, they really came this week and locked in and really took care of business, and obviously it showed Friday night.
Well, one of your safeties, Jalen Blackston, was one of the players of the week this week. And we honored with our sponsor, one of our sponsors, Origin Bank, but you've got a couple of good ones back there, and not only Jalen but Elam, and you've got some guys. I think who else is back there? You got Henry sometimes. And
we got Nick Gibson, Griffin McGee. Yeah. So we have a slew of them,
and they all been very aggressive guys. You got to be happy with their play thus far this season.
Absolutely. They're a good group of guys to go to work with every day. Like I said earlier, they're always locked in meetings, pre-practice. They're always locked in during practice. And it's always good for a coach to have 5 guys that really can contribute on any Friday night. And you said Jalen had a great game, and, we grade the film on the weekends and kind of see their stats and how they did. And I started tallying up Jalen Blackston's all of his numbers, and I think his production came out to be 40 points. I think he had 2 tackle for losses, a sack, an interception, maybe a forced fumble. So they got it done on Friday night.
Yeah, we missed the interception on the highlights we showed earlier, but that came at a big time. I mean, West Monroe was kind of driving there and a throw, and he made a heck of a play sliding towards the sideline to come up with that interception and get the ball back and really kind of eliminate any chance of West Monroe coming back in that football game.
Right, it was a big play in the football game, and it was actually a good formation by West Monroe. They put the tight end to the boundary with the F-back in the wing, and, we worked that all practice because they like to send the tight end vertical and send that F-back out on a wheel route. And, Jalen had good eyes right there, saw it, caught up with it, and was really good coverage and turned around, and the ball happened to be right in his chest and made a great play.
Definitely did. So, I mean, I saw a lot of you in that play right there, Coach.
I don't know if I was that athletic. I was a punter now.
No, I'm messing with you. So, look, you taught both of my kids at Lee, and now you've made the transition and now on the faculty full-time at Neville, right?
Right, that's correct. Teaching United States history.
So that's been your gig is the history deal. So transition-wise, moving from junior high to Neville has been pretty good. I mean, you already knew all these people anyway.
I've taught everybody that I'm teaching now. It's kind of just like old times. Going back from 7th grade to now they're juniors, and it's a blessing to be at the high school now. Always something I wanted to do, and finally to get the chance to do that, it's been a dream come true.
Well, I know everybody at Neville's glad you're there. Let's talk about, developing some of these guys. I mean, you've been with the backfield for a couple of years.
Right.
And you've seen these guys coming up. Now you've got some talented seniors at your disposal. And maybe Elam and Jalen and Griffin and a couple of these guys have caught the eye of a lot of us. I mean, and rightfully so. They've done that. But let's maybe give us an idea of what may be coming through the pipeline, some talented guys, maybe some lower classes.
I think Marion Elam's younger brother, is going to be special. He's actually backs up his older brother and has done great things. You have Robert Tappan at weak safety, who has gotten better every single week. And like I said, a guy that's already contributing, Henry Cagle, who you saw a lot in the STM game. He backs up Jalen Blackston. And those guys, even if they're not in at practice, they're always locked in and they're paying attention to what we're telling the older guys. And as soon as they get in there and they go get their reps, they know what to do. And it's just like we never missed a beat. So I think we have a lot of talent coming up, and I'm excited about it.
Well, you've got a full season this year. It's kind of like even though there's still a little stuff, but it's about as normal. It's almost back to normal as it. As you get here, we're in week 6. We've got homecoming coming up. As far as practices go and kind of the ebbs and flows of a season, being able to get here and compare it to maybe last year at week 6, where I don't really think we played in week 6. There was a couple where we didn't, but we were really getting ready for the dang playoffs about week 6. So maybe see, in your eyes, the differences between kind of last year and this year.
Last year was kind of up in the air. Are we going to play this week? We're not going to play this week. Are we going to get the virus? Maybe there's another team going to get the virus. And I think we canceled one time on a Wednesday or Thursday. I can't really remember exactly, but that was tough. Having to deal with that uncertainty. And this year, being back in the swing of things and knowing that, hey, I'm going to play Friday, every Friday this year, it makes it easier. The kids aren't having to worry. The kids can focus on their schoolwork and obviously the football side of it, not have to worry about any of the outside circumstances. So just having that certainty this year has definitely made it a lot easier than last year.
Well, look, we've been blessed to have a football season this year and being able to watch you guys perform. It's been a heck of a year, especially on the defensive side of the football, and maybe your best performance to date last Friday night, against the Rebels. So congratulations on that. Real quick, you got anybody want to say hi to? Your son, he's growing like a weed, isn't he?
He's growing. Time flies, doesn't it? He's 3 years old, and he'll be in pre-K4 at Lexington with Miss McCarty next year. So time flies, and my wife's over here, Kate Wise. She puts up with football season. It's a lot of time away, and I just want to know that I appreciate it.
Well, you definitely do. It's hard being a coach's wife, So
not easy.
Not easy. And that just says the dedication you guys put in there. A lot of time away from the fam, but it's much appreciated, and especially not only from me, but from all of us in the old Tiger Nation.
Well, I appreciate you for having me.
All right. Well, thanks, Reagan. Folks, we've almost reached the final segment. In fact, we have. It's going to come up right after this break. Thanks to Reagan Wise for joining us here on Tiger Talk. When we come back, we'll put Coach Tannehill back in the hot seat and talk about homecoming week and the Franklin Parish Patriots that'll be at Bill Rupel on Friday night. So thanks for joining us. We'll be back after these messages right here on Tiger Talk.
Hey Neville Tiger Nation, this season if you find yourself feeling a little under the weather, visit Go Family Health on North 18th Street. They cover flu shots, sports physicals, sick visits, annual visits, or if nothing is wrong, they can do your regular checkup. Go Family Health has a happy staff, clean office, and they can take care of all your family's health care needs.
This is Tiffany Terra with Go Family Health. We love our Neville Tigers, and we want to thank all of Neville Nation for always supporting Go Family Health.
I'm Matt Dickerson, and I'm a satisfied 3B equipment rental customer. So I called Matt because we were trying to get our plots together for dove season. He brought this equipment out to us, dropped it off, unloaded it for us, and really made the whole process very easy. I know Matt does real well in the service department, and through some other rental experiences we've had with him. The tractor that he dropped off for us was in brand new condition. Everything was in good shape. It's good to know that you can count on equipment when he drops it off. I'd highly recommend Matt Bridges and 3B Outdoors for all your equipment rental needs.
Come by Melvin's Restaurant before and after the game for the best burgers and ribeyes in town. Melvin's Restaurant are proud supporters of the Neville Tigers and are home to Tiger Talk with Jeff Tannehill every Wednesday night. Come by Melvin's Restaurant, located on 1128 Oliver Road in Monroe, or call them at 318-325-2055. That's Melvin's Restaurant in Monroe.
All right, and we're back here on Tiger Talk, and we welcome you back in, and we welcome back in Neville head football coach Jeff Tannehill, and you could tell by the first few segments there's a lot going on at 600 Forsyth Avenue this week. We keep reminding you it is homecoming week, and Coach, dealing with homecoming week is always a challenge for a head football coach, and especially at Neville High School, where there's a lot of emphasis put on this. There's a lot. You know, we were talking earlier today. There's 4 or 5 reunions going on, and,
yes, sir.
And you got to deal with that. And then there's kids going to dances, and then they've got the homecoming court and pep rallies and everything else, and a lot of distractions that lead into that.
And we're having a football game Friday night at 7:00.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Don't forget about that.
Don't forget about that. And there's still, if you want to come to that football game, which we hopefully you will. And if you hadn't got a ticket, you can go see Miss Joy Carlson at the school office. They're $8 before the day of the game, but then if you pick them up, they'll be $10 at the gate. So if you want to go out there to get some reserved seats, there are some available still. So go see Miss Joy tomorrow or Friday before the end of school, and you can get them for $8.
Yeah. I thought you had a good interview with our Queen and our Maid of Honor. Man, I thought they did a great job.
They did.
Two outstanding young ladies, and you know, I can't think of a better court to have than the one we got voted in, and you know, some really good girls in that I say class in that senior on that court.
Yep.
And you know, I thought the men that voted them in did an outstanding job of choosing those that are well deserved.
You know, that's just been a tradition at Neville. The homecoming court is selected by the football players, and it's been that way forever. I mean, as long as I can remember, and as long as you can remember, both growing up in the program. But it's a special week at Neville High School. It brings a lot of people back in town and be able to showcase the job. Not only y'all are doing on the athletic fields, but also at the Neville High School.
A lot of tours on Saturday. Miss Dana's got some tours lined up. We've got the 71, the 70 class, the 2001. I think that's about it. But it's 3 or 4 are going to be there, and then we've got some that. And Coach McCarty's renamed the front lawn out there, kind of the Grove, you know, where a lot of those classes will be getting together before the game and then after the game. So it's always a good time at homecoming. But I do remind everybody we are trying to win the football game.
Yes.
And it's very important that we stay focused. And our guys have really done a good job of that this week. We've had some competition between offense and defense every day this week. And, you know, it's really helped practice, I thought. And, you know, that some of our assistant coaches came up with a few situations, and it's really helped us. We started that last week, and it's helped this week too. And we had a great 2-minute drill today, and defense won today. But offense won yesterday. So it's always good to have some competition, and we've gotten some younger guys working in there, trying to make sure we got some backups in places where we've been thin. And you know, I've been really pleased with practice this week. Looks like we still have a lot of focus, and I've enjoyed this week.
Well, it definitely has been a good week, and being able to maintain that focus throughout homecoming week, like we said, has been a challenge. Glad to hear that the guys are still focused in. I really think maybe that win last week might have kind of got a little step, jump in their step moving forward the rest of this season, and that's going to be a challenge in itself as we get into district. It's your first district game as the Patriots come to Bill Rupel. But before we talk about Franklin Parish, let's talk about our players of the week from last week. And we talked with one of them, Derrick Harris. You see him.
Awesome.
He's got number 50 there, but he was wearing number 96.
He has 2 jerseys.
He's got 2 jerseys.
He's got 2 jerseys. But, you know, he's done an outstanding job at D-tackle last year and this year. And then coming in to week 1, you know, we had the injury with Logan. Derrick Harris stepped in and did a great job for the first 3 weeks. And then, you know, we felt like offensively we could put 2 tight ends in the game and give A.J. 2 more gaps to run in. And it worked out great the other night. Derrick did an outstanding job. And then towards the end of the game in the 4th quarter, he got him a sack, too, at defensive tackle. So, you know, he has done an outstanding job on both sides of football. He's a selfless player. He's a team player. He just wants to win. And he said, you know, I asked him about playing guard. He said, Coach, I'll play wherever you want me to. And I said, okay, let's get it.
The attitude
and
he's
done a great job. And of course, Jalen the other night, I left my sheet over there on the table. But he had 3 or 4 tackles.
Had a couple tackles for loss, a pick.
Yeah.
And
he had a caused fumble. He caused a fumble one time with a sack. And, just had a great game. He's in the right place at the right time, and he's really improved as the season's progressed and been in the right place. And he's matured a lot over the last year, too, and that's helped him be a better football player, a better person, everything. I've been proud of him.
Yeah, we definitely have been calling number 6's number a lot this year in the booth up there. So let's talk about not only, you got your players of the week from last Friday night, but your scout team players of the week helping you get the guys ready for the Rebels, and you see the Bills and the Browns. Why don't you talk about these two guys?
I tell you, Jaden Owens, I'm going to spit it out here in a minute. Jaden Owens is first year to really play football. He's a junior for us, and he's a big kid, and he's just improved each week, and had a great week last week because we had to simulate West Monroe's offense, and he's a big old lineman, and he did a great job last week. And then Tremel Tolliver plays with such speed. He really runs track well, and he plays defensive end for us, and just coming off that edge gave us a great look to what West Monroe's defense will do, and both of them's outstanding this week.
Yeah, they definitely did a great job, and it showed on the football field. So, Coach, Franklin Parish, last year was a side of went there, number one.
Oh, yeah.
I remember the broadcast since it was in the back of my truck over there. That was we had a great time at Franklin Parish. I know Will really enjoyed it over there, but kind of a game that we talked about earlier that it might not have been the best game that your guys played last year.
By no means, no. But it took us full quarter to get things lined out and straightened out. We went over there and played, and then they gave us a completely different defense. It took us a little while to get that under control, and then they did a few things offensively a little different, and so we adjusted at the end of the first quarter. We really got after them after that, and then we got ahead of them and stayed ahead of them, and it was a good second half for us by all means. But same thing this year. I don't really know what they've played 3 different defenses against us, and against everybody else. They play a 3-man, a 4-man, and a 5-man front. So saying that, we've just prepared all week. We've seen all of those already with the teams we played. So we've just kind of went back and refreshed each guy on the front that we may see this week in the offensives that the sets that we'll run. And, offensively they're going to throw it around the yard probably 50 times. A lot like St. Thomas More, they threw it 50 times. I think they'll throw it at least 50 times probably. And the quarterback's not a bad kid. I think he's junior maybe, and played a little bit last year. And they've got some pretty good wide receivers because they throw it a lot. But that's really all I can tell you about them. They have scored a few points on some folks, and our defensive secondary is going to have another night where they're going to have to defend the pass for sure, and then we're going to have to run the football again this week.
Yeah,
and hopefully we'll have a good homecoming.
We talk about we did see Brett go down on that first play there.
Got a little injury, tweaked his ankle. He practiced a little bit today and looked okay running. But, we're going to take it easy and make sure he's fully healthy.
Yeah.
We're going to let him go tomorrow when we have our walkthrough tomorrow. And our walkthrough on offense is actually about 15 plays of full speed. So, but it'll be in shorts and T-shirts, but we'll be moving it down the field. And we'll just see how he looks tomorrow, and it'll be a game-time decision with him. But, Brooks is fine, and, we've got Sampanera and Fuller back there. If anything was to go wrong there, and but we'll see.
You just want number one. I'm glad that the injury is not one that was very serious.
Right. Well, it scared me at first. It looked like his knee got twisted up, and he got over there, and it was his ankle, which sometimes those things last a long time too. But luckily, he was able to come back in late when Brooks cramped up a little bit and give us a few snaps back there.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that everybody, people that are asking.
Oh yeah, I've had everybody ask me about that. How's Brett doing?
Yeah, but other than that, there's been a few bumps and bruises, but overall, after the West Monroe game, after this 5-game stretch, you guys, injury-wise, are in pretty good shape.
Well, for the first time in a long time we've come through there with very few injuries. Plummer's still out. We lost one of our backup linebackers, McNabb, along the way, but everybody else is gradually getting a little better. Plummer should be back in a couple weeks. McNabb will be back in a couple weeks. And then we've got a couple younger guys. Corey Hughes will be back. He had a little hip injury, but he should be back soon, maybe possibly next week. And just it's a process. Anytime you play 5 games like that, you're going to come up with some injuries. And we were lucky this year so far, and thank goodness for that.
Yeah, no, definitely. We'll find some wood to knock on here somewhere here with that. Well, homecoming week, we've talked about it a lot, but, let's from, my perspective, I get to see a lot of people that I don't see. It's not just your 10, 20, 30. I know there's been a couple of reunions going on, but, you brought up some stuff earlier. You showed me a picture of you and, your brother from back in the day. But, that's the type of thing. People have reached out to me from my class in 94 that are going to be tailgating, like we talked about on the Grove. If you want to
we had a big group last week, the 91 class, and I can't remember what other class it was. But there was 2 classes.
2000, 2001, it was Taylor Birch's class.
Yes, it was 2009. No, 2010. And then 1991
a lot of
was
people
last
are
week.
doing the 10 or 11 because they missed out on the COVID year. So,
but they had a big crowd, and after the game, they stormed the field. Those guys did because they were really close at getting the Rebels that year, and coached all those kids. And they're just a great bunch. And we ended up winning state that year, which was even better. But the 1991's class, that's my brother's class, and so they called me Saturday night, wanted me to come over there, so I got to visit with a lot of guys I hadn't seen in forever. So these reunions are always fun to see guys and the girls that we went to school with, and that's just part of going to Neville, man. It's like you can go right back into that situation and see those people and just have fun again, just like you used to in high school, and that's just a great part about being from Neville.
Well, it's good that the traditions that live on from past to present are at Neville High School, and that's just good to see people still coming around, and that's one of the things that makes Neville a great place to be and keeps the success going on from all fronts, not just on the football field, but academics and everything else. So, Coach, final thoughts on Franklin Parish this week? What do the Tigers have to do to get the W?
Well, I feel like we've got to come out and have the first 2 or 3 series. We've got to come out and play really well on offense, and then defensively play like we've been playing the last 5 weeks. Defensively, and just get on them real early. That's kind of our goal, and to make sure we keep the pedal stomped down and don't let them breathe anything of any kind of scoring or anything like we did last week against West Monroe. So, we come out and play like that, I'll be really satisfied with the way we handled the whole week. And then, Saturday night, we all got to make good decisions on the homecoming night and be smart in what we do and make sure we don't get in any kind of bind or trouble or anything like that will affect our football team. So that's a big message I've sent all week, and homecoming.
Yeah, be responsible. There's a lot of stuff going on. Obviously, don't make one mistake can do a lot of difference. So obviously, kids, if y'all are watching, be safe. One more time, listen to your Uncle Stu. But they've got that. You've got Franklin Parish next week. We go on the road for the first time.
We'll have fall break next week too,
and it's a fall break, so you got a different set of challenges. Challenges next week, and then an off week, well-deserved off week in the middle of the season after a gauntlet to start the season off.
Yeah. Well, next week will be after we play Franklin Parish. We'll come in on Sunday just like we always do at 3:00, and then we'll practice in the morning times next week. And the freshmen play Monday night versus Ruston at home, and we'll have that game, and then we'll be at mornings, and then as the week progresses, we'll know more about the weekend and Minden, and it's on grass again at Minden. Yep. We played them twice last year, once at home, once there, and so it's it's a good little road trip over there. They always, have a neat little stadium, neat little setup.
Middle of the neighborhood.
Oh, yeah.
So it'll be a good week. Kids probably looking for a break from school as well. First time we've had a fall break.
Never remember it in my time.
I remember. But either way, we'll have one next week. Coach, once again, congratulations on the win last Friday. Good luck this Friday on homecoming as we have the Franklin Parish Patriots come to Bill Ruppel Stadium. So thanks as always for joining me, and thanks to the staff and everybody here at Melvin's Restaurant for hosting us every Wednesday night. We'll be back next Wednesday to talk about the homecoming game from last Friday night. So if you haven't got a ticket, go get one. But we will see you Friday night, and if you can't be there, you can watch us on the Neville Tiger Network or listen to us on Study 98.3. For Jeff Tannehill, I'm Stewart Shelby saying good night, everybody.